Shalom. Alright. As always, before I get started, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Alright, those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Alright, Heavenly Father being Yahweh, and His Son being Yahushai. Alright, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and will. Peace and salutation. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing His word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is the brother Zayon Amar from the GMS Detroit by count, and this is gonna be a lesson dealing with a scene of a movie. It came out in the '80s. It's called They Live. I'm pretty sure most brothers, if not all brothers, are aware, right, of this movie. And it was a very spiritual movie, even to this very day. And basically, the premise of the movie is that the character, what's his name, Roddy Piper, right? He got I forget how he even got the glasses, but anyway, he had got these glasses where he was able to see things for what it truly was, and he only could see, these certain things with these glasses. When he didn't have them on, everything looked and appeared normal. But when he put the glasses on, these shades, he could see everything, right? And basically were like a spiritual filter. And, through the Spirit, the Lord has awakened us up to allow us to be able to see things and perceive things through the Spirit. And our spiritual filter, is the Bible, the scriptures. So I'm gonna just play this clip really quick, and we'll get some scriptures.
Did Bob make you go to John and Mary Ellen's last night?
I was shocked. She served blue corn tortillas. It's so dated.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all. It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism. There are no limits.
It
We must
figures
look
it would
to
be
the
something
strength
like
of
this.
our nation, our ideals of vision.
Excuse
We don't
me.
want to just survive.
You know, you look like your head fell in the cheese dip back in 1957. You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly. Oh, you see, I take these glasses off. She looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on, formaldehyde face. That's what we got.
That's enough out of you. You get out or call the cops.
Call the cops. You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
He's a tall Caucasian male. Doesn't appear armed. Wearing sunglasses.
I don't like this one bit. Not one bit.
Yeah, that's a powerful scene, man. It speaks volumes. Even today, it's very what's the word? Can't think the word. It's relevant, right? very, very relevant today, you know. And quiet as kept, that's how we see the world, especially Edomites. We see you as death. What you say, formaldehyde face, which is basically death, because one, all right, so-called white people having that look, all right, it's a curse of the Lord, all right. You're supposed to have some hue, some color to you, some melanin, but the Lord deprived, all right, so-called white man of that because it's basically a sign, all right, it's a red flag, if you will, right, to beware, all right, to have a watchful eye, all right, to keep your guard up around these so-called white people. Now we understand, from a spiritual sense that you may have some so-called white people that appear white on the outward, but their spirit, okay, is actually of an Israelite, you know. I'm just throwing this in there, like a small example would be, what's this guy? I can't even think of that damn ball player. But anyway, he plays for the Pistons, right? Or that's another example, like Justin Timberlake, let's say, right, where he appears, as a so-called white boy, but his spirit, right, goes back to that of an Israelite. But at any rate, right, the Lord blessed us with the eyes to be able to see these things, right? And that blessing, right, wasn't given to everyone. That's why when you try to break certain things down, right, to anyone outside this truth, Israelite or not, they look at you puzzled. They don't understand where you're coming from, right? Because all these things are sealed up from them. It's a mystery to them, And this is one of the reasons why. This is Matthew 13, and let's start at 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. Right? Which this is another reason Yahushua would say that, a lot. Or you read that in the scriptures, often enough. Because everyone has ears, but are you really listening, right? Are your spiritual ears open, all right, to be able to receive, all right, what's being told you? And great majority of the people on this earth they're not in tune, right? Because they're not supposed to be, right? And this is why it says, verse 10, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Meaning, why you speaking, basically speaking in secret, speaking in code, Why you not just tell them straight up, like X, Y, Z? And this is why. This is Yahweh Shai speaking, by the way. He said, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you, right, to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So that goes to show, all right, who the world eagerly calls Jesus, all right, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, right? He's not for everybody, right? So which is another cut, in John 3:16, right? For God so loved the world. No, well, that world is, first of all, is dealing with the world of Israel, right? The so-called Negroes, and Native Americans. And, that's for another lesson, but, that's just some tidbits to show that, Yahweh Shai himself is not dealing with all of Israel at this point, This is strictly a elect thing at this point, because the Lord don't want everybody to get it, right? The precept I get real quick. It's oldie but goodie. Right, this is Amos 3:7. It says, surely Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Okay. He only reveals these mysteries, these secrets to those that serve him. All right. The only ones that's going to serve him are the ones that fear him. Right. So that's why, all right, if you see, or I'll just say this way, that's why we're able to break down things, because it's really a blessing from on high, right? To open up our mind, all right, to receive this word, and then not only that, to fact check it, you know, like the Church of Berea, you know, because we all gotta believe it's true for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You can't just believe because it was told you. You gotta, okay, you were taught. Now you gotta back it up by, you know, get into the scriptures yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reading for yourself and going through history and kind of, you know, connecting the dots. You know, in process of time, you know, the Spirit will work with you and say, well, yeah, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? When you hear it, you know, something inside you kind of, it lets you know, like, yeah, that's the truth. Like, I ain't heard no truth like that ever before. And it's so sharp and on point that, right, everything you thought you knew, that you can't, it's nothing you can even use to gainsay it, right? It's nothing you can say. But yeah, this word is a mystery, right, to the majority of our people. Oh, here we are. Right, another precept. This is Isaiah 29:10. Right? For Yahweh hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes, right? The prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered, right? Concerning, right, these wicked, the wicked of our people, the so-called leaders of our people, right? The pastor in your church, the reverend, deacon, so on and so forth, these popes, all right, all these religious leaders, all right, they're spiritually blind, all right, whether they're actually spiritually blind and don't know, right, they're ignorant of what the truth is, or they do know and they're not saying anything. But either way, you know, that's a curse unto them, all right. They're holding back their sword, right, meaning they're holding back the words of the Heavenly Father. They're holding back the truth, which you're not supposed to do, you know. Verse 11, it says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. Okay. And and that actually happens. You know, you might ask if you are still in a church, you know, and you might have asked them, you know, just certain understandings on things you didn't know about the scriptures, especially Revelation. And oh, that's sealed. That's what they'll tell you. Oh, well, we can't go on in that. We're not in those times right now, or whatever lame excuse they come up with, right? But the reason for his excuse is because, yeah, the Lord ain't dealing with them, you know. The Lord hasn't bestowed his blessing upon them to be able to, you know, to break these scriptures down, you know, because, hey, the beginning of knowledge is knowing oneself. So if he can't even teach you, like, who you are according to the Bible, he ain't serving you. He ain't serving the Lord either, for that matter. You know, he just basically in there hustling, right? Verse 12, it says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. You're like, man, I don't get that. I don't understand. I don't have the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? We can't go into that right now, right? And that's kind of where these pastors are with because they're basically worshiping Mammon, right? That almighty dollar, right? And they see if they just put on a song and dance, all right, for the people, that shit, they can get paid. So that's what they doing, which in all actuality, if you already have a church, the church is supposed to be set up to feed the flock, to feed the people, all right, spiritually. And, they can't do that because, right, they're contracted, right, with the government by way of a 501c3 charter, right, which is basically a gag order, right, comes with, certain things they can and can't say, right, and they damn sure can't tell you you're an Israelite, that's a no-no, all right, they can't do that. So, in essence, all right, or in actuality, these pastors, they're paid for, they're bought, all right, by the so-called white man, all right? So, you basically wasted your time, all right, if you're caught up in religion at this point, especially in this day and age, religion, okay, is played out. The Lord didn't give us religion, he gave us a heritage, all right, which involve, laws, statutes, and commandments, all right, things you can and can't do, all right, and the judgment for you doing said things, So I just, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua to be able, all right, to see things for, what they truly are, going back to the scene of that movie, They Live, right? Which just want to point out that like they were talking to what could have been basically, or today's time would be like an Apple Watch, right? She said I have one that can see, like, oh shit. And that's basically going into the elites, right? The elites, they shaking in their boots low key because they see all these camps popping up, and it's at a point. It's like they can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. If you come against us, all right, that's just gonna bring more fame, all right, to the word, all right, to the fact that okay, what we're saying, it's got to be the right thing because why is the government pressing them, right? And that's the time we're coming into. Yeah, we are going to get pressed. You know what I'm saying? We are going to get, whoever it may be, thrown in prison houses, tortured, you know what I'm saying, separated from your family, the whole nine, because, we're prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, all right, mystery Babylon. We're letting our people know that this place is Babylon, all right? It's all right. It's called America, but spiritually, all right, the Lord named this place Babylon, which means the land of confusion, And basically, we're letting, all right, 2/3 of our people know, and the whole world know. We're proclaiming that this place has an expiration date. America, all right? The Lord set the mountains that he cannot pass. All right, we see these things. And, the elite, they shaking in their boots. And they have an issue with that. So, which is going to eventually push them, all right, to make a move, which is why now, right, measures are increasing as far as, getting tested, right? It's all this talk about, you must get tested. And if you don't get tested, it's a consequence, right? Which, so like, I might be rambling a little bit, but, this is all about the hopeful that, seeing things through a spiritual lens, all right? And we use the Bible to do so. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.